Welcome to Passive Investors Playbook. I'm your host, Charlie Hardage. In each episode, we'll sit down with successful people that turn to real estate to build and grow their wealth. We do a deep dive into why they chose real estate and what makes it so attractive to them. We explore why people in their industry could also benefit from passively investing in real estate. Whether you're a beginner or an experienced investor, a doctor or a professional athlete, love your job or hate your job, our show is here to help you build a profitable real estate portfolio while maximizing your free time and minimizing stress. So sit back, relax, and get ready to learn from some of the best in the business. Welcome to Passive Investors Playbook. I talk to a lot of my investors often, and everyone has a different plan. Some people already have money, and so they want to preserve their wealth, right? They don't need to grow it. They don't need to double it because they already have wealth. They just want to keep that. Maybe they want 10% returns every year. Then I get other people like myself who are younger, and they want to get to that level of achieving financial freedom, and they want to build wealth, right? They want to get to the millions of dollars mark. So one of the cool things about what we do in multifamily syndication, we actually have two routes that we take. Number one, and this is what I'm going to show you, it's how to build wealth. And then there's another one that we do, it's how to preserve wealth. I'm not going to talk about that today. I'm going to make another video on that. But I'm going to actually share my screen and walk through this document that I put together. And it shows you how you can take $50,000 one time and become a multi-millionaire. Right? And this is before you retire. So let me share my screen. All right. So if you want to be set for life, let's look at some numbers here. So our goal is to double investors' money in 5 years or less. It sounds maybe cliche, maybe easy, maybe it's a scam, it's not realistic. But what we do is we buy apartment complexes, we fix them up, and then we sell them. And there's so many benefits with apartment complexes. I'm not going to get into them. They do have some cash flow that comes with it. We send out checks to our investors every 3 months. And then at the end of that 5-year holding period, which is our business strategy, we sell the property. And when we sell the property, the investors get their money back plus another plus 50%. Investors get their money back plus the remaining amount. So let's look at an example here. And I've actually simplified this. And this is not exactly how it works, but just for this demonstration in this video, I'm going to simplify it. And I said it's not really how it works. The good news is in this process, if you invest $50,000, then at the end of 5 years, that's now worth $100,000. The reality is you're gonna get some money back sooner because there's cash flow. So at the end of this presentation, this slide deck, it says after 30 years. The reality is it's probably not going to take 30 years. We can actually complete our business plan much sooner than 5 years. But just to keep it simple, we're going to say it's a 30-year time frame. You will get cash flow throughout the properties. And so you'll actually be able to reinvest that sooner, but I've not done that in my video. I just want to keep it super simple, straightforward. So if we invest $50,000, that's typically the minimum amount, not always, but $50,000 in 5 years, we double that money and now you have $100,000. So let's say you reinvest that $100,000 and in 5 years, in another 5 years, now you have $200,000. So after 10 years, you went from 50 grand to $200,000. Now you take that $200,000 and you reinvest that. And after 15 years, now you're at 400 grand. After 20 years, that 400 grand doubles and now you're at 800 grand. Another 5 years, you take that 800 grand, now you're at 1.6 million. After 5 years, you're at 3.2 million. And after 35 years, you're at $6.4 million. Now, that is from a one-time investment 35 years prior. Imagine if you made multiple investments and reinvested that money each time. I know a lot of people that are serial passive investors that invest $50,000 today maybe 50,000 in a year, 50,000 in another year. Think about that. If you invested $150,000, you will get some cash flow throughout the holding period. And if you reinvested that as quickly as you can, this $6.4 million, that's off of $50,000. But imagine if that tripled or even more, you're at $20 million. $20 million in 35 years. Maybe you don't have 35 years before you retire. Maybe you only want to get to a couple $1,000,000. That's okay. You could do that after 20 years if you invested $50,000 each time. So this is a very, like I said, very simplified process, but you can see every 5 years, your money doubles if you reinvest that. With our business model, you will also be getting passive income that entire holding period. So some people want to live off that money and reinvest when we sell the property. That's fine too. But imagine if we have an 8% return every year, $6.4 million, let's say after 35 years, you don't want to double your money anymore, but you want to take that money and just get a 8% return. That's over $500,000 annually that you'll be sitting on. That's a pretty nice retirement for most people. You want to find out more information, go to our website, HKIG LLC. And I also want to plug my podcast that you can see on the YouTube channel. The podcast is where I sit down and interview super successful people in their careers that then went into real estate. So I really get to do a deep dive on, hey, you were a doctor, you were a lawyer, you were an engineer. Why did you then pivot to real estate? And I've learned some really good information, gotten some great feedback from the audience as well on what they really love about the podcast. So you can watch it on YouTube. You can also check it out on Spotify, Apple, Amazon, iHeart, all that stuff. Hope you liked the video. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions. Happy to have a conversation. Thank you. Thank you for listening to today's show, brought to you by H&K Investment Group, your home for passive investing. If you want to learn more about how you can invest with us, please check out our website at hkigllc.com. Don't forget to like this episode and subscribe to our podcast. Please leave us a review to let us know how we are doing. Feel free to connect with me directly on LinkedIn or Facebook. As always, I'm your host, Charlie Hardage. Catch you next time.